Hello guys. Welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. Today, we are going to learn how to write a FEMA Disaster Assistance Application Letter. What is a FEMA Disaster Assistance Application Letter? A FEMA Disaster Assistance Application Letter is a written request submitted by individuals, or households, affected by a natural or man-made disaster in the United States, who are seeking financial assistance and other forms of aid from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. This letter serves as a formal application for FEMA disaster assistance, and typically includes the applicant's personal information, a description of the disaster's impact on their property and belongings, and the specific types of assistance they are requesting. It is an important step in the process of applying for federal disaster assistance, as it helps FEMA assess the needs of the affected individuals and determine eligibility for various types of aid, such as grants for temporary housing, home repairs, or other disaster-related expenses. The specific content and format of the letter may vary depending on the disaster's circumstances and the applicant's needs. Here, Writing Practices will show you how to write a FEMA disaster assistance application letter step by step. Check this out. First of all, write your full name. And then, write your home address. After that, write the date of the letter. You can use the format of month, date, and year. And then, write the information about the recipient. You can write the full name. But, if you have no idea, you can simply write the office name. In this case is Chicago FEMA office. And under it, write the address of the office. Don't forget to mention the number, street name, city, state, and zip code. Once you completed the information, now you can open the letter with a salutation. Since you don't know the recipient's name, you can write, "To whom it may concern." In the first paragraph, you can write the purpose of the letter. Yes, clearly state the purpose of the letter, which is to apply for FEMA disaster assistance following a recent disaster. You can simply write, "I am writing to apply for FEMA disaster assistance following the recent flood disaster in Chicago, Illinois. That has significantly impacted my property and personal belongings." In the second paragraph, this is where you do an introduction of yourself. Introduce yourself by providing your name and address. Here is the example. My name is Brian, and my residence is located at 789 Maple Lane. After that, explain the reason for seeking FEMA assistance, which is the significant impact on your property and belongings due to the disaster. Here is the example. I am seeking assistance because my home and personal property have suffered extensive damage as a result of this disaster. And you can also elaborate more about the disaster. Mention the cost repair too, if necessary. You can check this example. The damage includes damage to my home's foundation, electrical system, and personal possessions, with an estimated cost of repair exceeding $20,000. Sure, you have to measure it, instead of mentioning random amount of dollars. In the third paragraph, this is where you talk about enclosed documents. Mention that you've included all necessary documentation to support your FEMA disaster assistance application. Of course, you need to list the documents that are enclosed with your application. Here, you can write, "Enclosed with this application, you will find all the necessary documentation and forms to support my FEMA disaster assistance application." In the first point, you can mention the FEMA disaster assistance application form that you have completed. And here is how you write it. 1. Completed FEMA disaster assistance application form. I have filled out all the required forms with accurate and truthful information. In the second point, you may talk about the proof of identity. Yes, it is necessary that you explain that you've provided a copy of your government-issued identification, such as driver's license. You may write it this way. 2. Proof of identity. Attached is a copy of my government-issued identification, my driver's license. And the third point, give the proof of your current residence, such as a recent utility bill. You can write something like, 3. Proof of residence. Enclosed is proof of my current residence, a recent utility bill. In the fourth point, Attach also the proof of property damage. State that you've included photographs and detailed documentation of the damage to your property. If necessary, mention the estimates of repair costs from local contractors. Here is the example. 4. Proof of property damage. I have included photographs and detailed documentation of the damage to my property, along with estimates of repair costs from local contractors. In the 5th point, you can attach insurance information. Provide information about your insurance coverage and the claim filed with your insurance company. Here is the example. 5. Insurance information. I have provided information about my insurance coverage and the claim I have filed with my insurance company. And the last, any relevant supporting documents. Include any other supporting documents, such as assessments from contractors and receipts for temporary lodging and living expenses. You may write it this way. 6. Any relevant supporting documents. I have included my contractor's assessment of the damage, as well as receipts for temporary lodging and living expenses incurred due to the disaster. Make sure you attach all those documents since you have mentioned them. In the 4th paragraph, this is where you write your commitment to cooperation. Express your commitment to cooperating fully with FEMA and its representatives. If you have no idea what to write, you may simply copy this. I understand the importance of FEMA disaster assistance in helping individuals and families recover from the devastating impact of disasters. Besides that, you need to also offer to provide additional information or documentation as required. And here is how you write it. I am committed to cooperating fully with FEMA and its representatives, providing any additional information or documentation as requested. In the 5th paragraph, this is where you give your contact information. You can provide your contact information, including your phone number and email address. You can write something like, if there are any further steps I need to take, or if you require any additional information from me, please do not hesitate to contact me at 555-123-456-789, or brian@email.com. Not only that, you can also express your readiness to move forward with the application process. For example I am eager to move forward with this process, and appreciate your prompt attention to my application. And in the last paragraph, show your gratitude. Thank the FEMA office for considering your application for disaster assistance. You can simply write, "Thank you for considering my application for FEMA disaster assistance." And then, express your eagerness to receive the support you need to recover and rebuild. You may write it this way. I look forward to the opportunity to receive the support I need to begin the process of recovery and rebuilding. And finally, you can close the letter with "sincerely." Add your signature, and write your full name under it. So, that's how you write a FEMA disaster assistance application letter step by step. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.